Who of you out there has a love-hate relationship with Microsoft 365, in particular with SharePoint? SharePoint's a great tool for collaboration, sharing files, working collaboratively with your teams in terms of being able to bring together a design document or a press release. I'm sure you're taking the power of it, and that's the love side of the relationship. However, particularly if you're an IT admin and managing that SharePoint environment, the hate side comes in when it comes to the cost. In particular, how do you make sure you continue to drive that productivity but manage the sprawling amount of data and the limited space and cost implications of that? So let's talk about and paint the picture of the challenge. So when it comes to M365, again, a great tool for collaboration, the big challenge is it has limited space. As an organization, you probably signed up to support M365 for the number of users in your organization. And assigned to that number of users is the storage space that you get with SharePoint. If you go over that particular storage space, you hit what are called overage charges. So you can absolutely store more than your original allocation. It just becomes very expensive to do. And again, everything's stored on a primary storage target. Now the difficulty is you're going to hit those overage charges pretty quickly. Why? Well, number one, you're probably collaborating on many files. And your day-to-day, whether it's storing just the working files you have and making sure they're accessible in the cloud wherever you go, or you're collaborating with other people, and then you're working not just on many files, but many versions of those particular files. And in fact, our analysis and research shows that those versions alone can generate around 10 gigs of data per user per year. So again, you can see the storage is going to add up pretty quickly here, and you're at risk of hitting these particular overage charges. Now, the great news is we can provide a better way with Veritas Alta SaaS protection, what we call ASP. With ASP, we can archive the data from SharePoint over to ASP. And not only that, we can leave what we call stub files in the user experience that allow you to directly access that archived data. So from an end user perspective, it still looks like you have the same access to the files that you're working on, the versions of those particular files. But the data is moved, the older data, based on a timeline profile, so older data, or based on the level of access, to a much cheaper, more cost-effective storage target. Again, because we can tier out those files to secondary storage and a much cheaper long-term storage platform, it becomes much more cost-effective to continue collaboration in M365, but manage your older data. And ultimately, we help you avoid those overage charges. To put in perspective how powerful this can be, we had one particular large customer who's estimating they're going to save over $3 million in overall cost of their SharePoint data storage using this approach to move the older data ASP and continue to collaborate on their primary data within SharePoint. If you want to learn how Veritas Alta SaaS protection can help you avoid overage charges, or you want to just schedule a demo, please visit veritas.com.